To continue the discussion, Alex, you touched on this earlier, that there are different types of goals. Just talk through how you see those different types and the categories you see them falling into.
Yeah, as I alluded to earlier, so we have different types of goals in organizations. I think it's very beneficial to focus on the individual types of goals that we have. So we start from the kind of ground up. And oftentimes individual goals take two forms. One, on the one hand, you have delivery goals. On the other hand, you have development goals. But as we can see here, they are connected. Delivery goals tend to be more about the outcome. So they are outcome and task oriented. So oftentimes we refer to this, or we might hear in organizations, people talk about this as business or performance goals. And as I said, they focus on the task. So in a nutshell, is what needs to get done, right? So just to give you an example, let's say there is someone that works in marketing, and they've been asked or they have set a goal to improve the click-through rate. So for those of you familiar with marketing, is when you have an email campaign and you get stats on how many people are actually seeing those emails. So they are tasked with improving the click-through rate by 20% by the end of the quarter, for instance. So that's a very clear, specific, task-oriented goal, right? Now, how does it link to development? So development goals are learning-oriented, and these are goals where you need to define what are the gaps in your knowledge, your skills, even your behaviors that can potentially support you to improve on how you deliver on your delivery goals. So if we take the same example of the marketing coordinator, let's say that person is fairly new in their career, and they realize that in order to improve the click-through rate, you need to make the email campaign more visually appealing, but their skills in terms of creating visuals is limited. So a development goal could be, okay, I'm going to take an online course on how to create visually appealing emails, for example. So there you can see how, on the one hand, you have the delivery goal, the task-oriented, but then by identifying any gaps in knowledge, skills, etc., you can complement that to improve how you perform.
And that when that goal-setting process happens, managers should be aware of that link and maybe hopefully setting goals that complement each other, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's why we recommend having regular conversations